What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy MrBaboon back with a reaction video. This time we have the giant German soldier in World War II. And this is yet again uploaded by Simple History. This was uploaded 2 years ago. So definitely gonna react to this. I'm gonna learn about this. This is the first time I'm really hearing about it. So I'm excited. Let me know if you guys are excited down below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you guys are new. And check the description. I will have the video and the link for the video down below in the description if you guys want to check it out for yourselves. So, with that being said, we're going to react to it, all this good stuff. We're going to find out some good stuff about it. I got like 3 more videos I got to do after this one. Yeah, 3 more. And it is 11:12. So, in the morning, too. So, I'm excited. We're going to get this reaction going and all that good stuff. Let me get a drink. Okay. I think with that being said, we're going to go and jump into it. Bam, bam.
VPN. With over 36 million users worldwide, CyberGhost is one of the leading VPN providers in the world. And let me just tell you, I'm sure they will go down in history. With CyberGhost VPN, you can camouflage your IP address and all your data gets encrypted. This lets you be anonymous with no one else knowing what you do online. Not even CyberGhost VPN themselves. Keep your browsing history clean, and much more. What we love best is the fact that CyberGhost VPN helps you bypass geo restrictions. This way you can access all the content from over 35 streaming platforms. For example, with CyberGhost VPN, I can watch all the history documentaries on platforms like Netflix US, BBC UK, or Amazon Prime with just the push of a button. CyberGhost VPN gives you access to over 60 to set up and to use, and they have friendly 24/7 customer support. Use our link in the description to get CyberGhost VPN now for just $2.75 a month. And with a 45-day money-back guarantee, everything is completely risk-free. Was born in 1906 in Jakob Nacken, the giant German soldier, World War II. Jakob Nacken was born in 1906 in Dusseldorf, Germany. It was not surprising that he grew up to be incredibly tall, as both his mother and father were over 6 feet tall. In fact, tallness seemed to run in the family. Jakob's younger sister and brother both grew up to be over 6 feet, and his older brother was a massive 6 foot 7 inches. Jakob grew to be the true giant of the family, growing to a colossal 7 foot 3 inches. Though some newspapers would claim his true height was nearer to 7 foot 8. When Jakob was a teenager, there was mass unemployment in post-World War I Germany. After World War I, Germany was forced to pay for the material losses, which threw the country into a violent economic crisis. So young Jakob took advantage of his unique appearance to find a job in the show business and leave the country, traveling with a German traveling circus around Europe. At first, he was known by the stage
that's kind of cool, though. That's pretty cool.
After the Greek god of the sky. But then he was more and more billed as the giant from the Rhineland, and would spend nearly the next 20 years traveling all over Europe, often headlining as Germany's tallest man.
Wow.
He married a 5 foot 8 inch tall girl from Belgium and seemed to be content with his minor celebrity status as a comical curiosity attraction in a circus show. He was often dressed as a cowboy or gentleman in a top hat and tails for the crowd's amusement in his shows. And he was accompanied by a child dressed as an adult in order to exaggerate his height even further. Nacken would have to wear size 17 boots as an adult and would constantly get bruises on his head from hitting the tops of doorways. But in 1939, Jakob cut short his visit to the New York Trade Fair, a year-long event showcasing the finest in business innovation, and returned home to join the army as Germany prepared to...
With FanDuel Casino's Play to Get offer, new customers can win even if they don't win during their first day. That means
I skipped that. Hold up. I was
go to war.
Make sure everything was
like
running
many Germans
smooth.
at the time, he returned from abroad out of patriotism rather than ideology. There's no proof that Jakob was ever a Nazi or agreed with their radical views. Once he joined the German army, he officially became their tallest soldier. By this time, he was 34 years old, which was considered to be too old at the start of the war for frontline service in the infantry. So he was assigned to an anti-tank crew, and spent the war doing garrison duty, far away from the action. He never saw frontline service during those years, so his biggest challenge was to find a pair of trousers that fit him. But in the summer of 1944, he found himself stationed on the defensive line surrounding the strategically important French port of Calais. The reason this port was so important was that it was only around 21 miles from the English coastline, and therefore the most obvious point for any Allied invasion of Europe. When D-Day began on June 6th along the shoreline of Normandy, several hundred miles away, Hitler first thought it was a trick and that the real invasion would still happen at Calais. In fact, the Allies encouraged Hitler into believing this through a series of deceptions in Operation Bodyguard. So Jakob remained in the heavily fortified bunkers waiting for an attack that never happened. A month later, he and his anti-tank crew found themselves along with the rest of the Calais garrison, cut off and surrounded by the Allied forces. Jakob's unit surrendered without a fight to an advancing Canadian brigade. Ironically, he was pictured surrendering to a corporal named Eldon Bob Roberts, who was just 5'3" tall. This made him...
Okay, like, alright, let me like this really fast, okay? But, like, okay, imagine this. You're just, you know, pretty average height dude, 5'9", 5'8", right? You're in the army, right? You're serving your country and all that stuff, right? You're in war, next thing you know, these guys give up, right? They just surrender, right? Then one of the guys who surrendered is about yay high. Yay high, okay? Like, see here? Here's me, okay? I'm right here mostly because I'm sitting down. And there's this dude, okay? All the way up here, about 7 foot 8 inches. 7 foot 5 inches. Something like that. You know what I mean? And you're like, should I be the one surrendering? Because this dude is huge. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if a dude came up to me who was about 7 foot tall, almost 8 foot, listen, I don't care if he said he was going to surrender, I'm surrendering. That dude is big. Like, I mean, okay, if you guys know Andre the Giant, which, I mean, I know some of you guys might not know, but Andre the Giant, you know what I mean? His hand was huge. I mean, huge. Like, it would take up the whole face. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So, like, I mean, that's what I'm thinking when I think about this dude. His hand is huge. You know what I mean? 17-inch shoes. You know what I mean? Like, who? Big dude. Really big dude. I think I will be the one surrendering. I think I'm going to try to talk him out of surrendering and let me surrender because he's that tall. I'm past on that. I'm good.
Headline news in both American and British newspapers and newsreels
right
at
there,
the time.
Right there.
Jakob.
Look, okay? I'm the short one, right? He's the tall one. Tell me, are you guys going to surrender or are you guys going to pat this man down? I'm going to surrender. Fuck that. That dude's like 7 foot tall, 8 foot tall. Fuck that.
Over the Canadian soldier who was a full 2 feet smaller than him. It was only in 2010 that the giant man in the photograph was identified as being Jakob Nacken. Jakob was subsequently sent to Britain as a prisoner of war, where he remained for over a year. After being found to have no involvement in any war crimes and with the war being over, he was released. He returned to his hometown of Dusseldorf in Germany, but not to the family home as it had been destroyed in an Allied bombing raid during the war. Thankfully, none of his family had been killed. He spent the next 4 years doing various jobs, including work as a receptionist in the local British Officers Club. But in 1949, he and his wife decided to leave Germany and immigrated to America, where most of his family had gone to live. He was sponsored by his father's employer there, a local car dealership, and at first lived with his sister in New Jersey, who had moved there just after the war. He was keen to get back into circus life and got himself a job with an American traveling circus, where he was wrongly billed as the tallest man in the world. But now Jakob was in his mid-40s and was disillusioned with circus life, complaining about the long hours and being away for extended periods from his wife, who had stayed behind in their apartment in New York. So he left the circus after just 1 season and started a new job as a novelty Santa Claus. Now he was advertised as being the tallest Santa in the world. Jakob then went on to appear on several television shows and made a living under the stage name of Germany's Long Jake for the next 10 years.
Huh.
His last engagement was starring in the Broadway version of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Then he chose to retire from show business at the age of 53. Though he did still occasionally make public appearances. For instance, in 1961, Jakob dressed in the white uniform and hat of a chef, helping a department store celebrate its anniversary sale by serving free food to customers.
Shit.
Jakob later returned to Germany and lived to the ripe old age of 81, dying in 1987. This may have been surprising because of his height. Though Jakob was incredibly tall, he was not by far the tallest man. This title officially belonged to an American called Robert Wadlow from Missouri. He was as tall as Jakob by the time he was 13.
What? What? By the time he was 13? Is that what he just said? What?
Though Jakob was incredibly tall, he was not by far the tallest man. This title officially belonged to an American called Robert Wadlow from Missouri. He was as tall as Jakob by the time he was 13.
Bro, what? So, you tell me this kid, he was as tall as him at the age of 13. That is crazy to me. That is crazy. Ooh, that's crazy. He was the same height as him at age 13. I wonder how old that dude got. I wonder how old he got, and I wonder how tall he got. Huh. I might have to do some research on him. I think I definitely am going to have to do that. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you guys are new. Check the description. I have the video link and the channel link down below if you guys want to watch it for yourselves. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys stay safe. Positivity is key. Motivation is key. Happiness is key. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys stay safe. Watch out for each other.